Okej, po fillojmë. Mirëmëngjesi gjithëve, faleminderit shumë për pjesëmarrjen e madhe që jeni sot këtu, edhe në këtë aktivitet që organizohet në kuadër të javës globale ndërmarrësisë. Për shkak të mysafirëve të cilët I kemi online, më duhet me kthy në anglisht, e mandej kemi mundësi, do të thonë edhe me përkthy nëse ka nevojë për dikon diskutimin. Okay, good morning, distinguished guests, speakers online, experts from EU, Commission and other agencies. My name is Dorina Greza and I currently run the incubator department in ICK. We work with startups and also with different projects. And on behalf of Innovation Center Kosovo, it's my great pleasure to welcome you today to this event, Business Opportunities through the Single Market Program and EEN. And as I mentioned, this event is being organized within the Global Entrepreneurship Week. The European Union Single Market Program is a cornerstone of creating different opportunities for fostering collaboration between SMEs and driving growth through business across the region. And also we, in Kosovo, we are on a mission to ensuring that we bridge this gap between between business potential and access, and ensuring that all businesses have this access to fully participate in these European initiatives. And today's agenda reflects this. We have experts joining us, which we thank so much for their participation. And yeah, we're going to present two programs, Enterprise Europe Network and Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs and EEN to EIC initiative. We as ICK, we are proud to be partnering and we are in consortium with Prishtina Reja as leader and also as STIC, who couldn't be here, but of course will join in different other activities that we will organize. And we are excited to share that now we also have the second cycle of Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs program that we are implementing. So yeah, two big projects from the EU, from being implemented this year. And yeah, I want to express also my gratitude to our speakers, including representatives from the European Commission, ACMEA agency, and Agency for Promotion of European Research. And of course, a big thanks to our partners, Prishtina Reja and STIC. And yeah, to participants, this is vital. I mean, we expect your input and your questions, and use this opportunity to ask questions and this platform to grow your business, actually to have networking. So I will not be longer, so I will invite Mete for an introduction session, and then we will present other experts. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Dear guests, dear partners, welcome in our event today. A special thank to DG Growth EU Commission and Ms. Mariana for joining us. Special thank to our coordinator, Mr. Makis from ESMA, EU SME Agency, and EEN. Special thank to Marco Latini from EIC, European Innovation Council, and our Accelerator Fund project that we do implement together as partner. Special thank to ICK for organizing this topic and this event together with the most innovative businesses and partners operating in the country, trying to make it a wide international network. Since we as Prishtina Reja together with STIC and ICK are implementing EEN Kosovo, now our focus would be mainly on presenting the business opportunities and of course networking access that we are trying to facilitate together regionally and internationally within the EEN umbrella, and get the attention of all partners to the opportunities being provided and supported through the network. In the sense of Enterprise Europe Network, some of the main focuses will be explained in a few minutes by our coordinator from ESMA, Mr. Makis, and I wouldn't then make it directly presented now, since Makis will do it. I'll just summarize what of the engagements of our EEN activities were focused during the last 2 years. In the slides in front, we have summarized the figures that represent the activities of Enterprise Europe Network in Kosovo. So almost around 400 clients or beneficiaries and members that were part of our activities, from information, from mentoring, from networking, facilitating and participating to B2B, locally, internationally, and of course regionally, mainly in key focuses of our economic development sectors, and of course bringing closer our companies to their either suppliers, technology transfer, know-how, buyers, distributors, and so on. In the so far information session that we have held, there were over 141 companies, and then of course the focus was on providing support to scale up and innovation, which is the main focus of EN. Of course, sustainability is the day-to-day activity that we do provide. Some of the sectorial focuses that we wanted to increase under the attention of businesses were mainly bringing linking and connections between our SME and sectors to the European ones, which are, of course, the focus of EN widely. The B2B events, the participation to these events and meetings, then the focus towards the EIC Accelerator Fund, which came from last year through APRE consortia. Marco will describe it later on. And the support that we have provided to companies expressing the interest applying to EIC Accelerator Fund, which are now around 40, I guess. In the sense of partnerships, of course, there are some special interest to some special regions that we have had focus, like DACH region, so Germany, Austria, Swiss, then of course Holland, Bulgaria, Slovenia, Italy, and Luxembourg. These were focuses that we have tried to have mutual partnership and cooperation among both companies. Of course, there are some good results and success stories that are now part of EN, while for the first time also through our support, there were applications from Kosovo companies into EN Energy coal, and finally also there are some awarded companies from Kosovo that were granted with the EN Energy grant. In the length of the international B2Bs, there are some kind of picture that we like to share with you. Sofia, Milan, then Brno, Czech Republic, Western Balkan Summit being organized together with Ministry of Economy, EU, and RCC. Other activities of EN, this is the recent one in Kocaeli, Turkey, and this is from the 2 weeks ago EN annual meeting held in Budapest. Now there are some other calls that we'd like to encourage you from Single Market Program. This is a kind of activity that we are also currently doing in Albania, either on cluster format or social economy and innovation. So I would encourage all of you to either visit our offices or our websites and EN and see the appropriate open calls that are now launched, and we like to increase the participation of Kosovo-based partnerships, of course, always in consortia with other networks in order to increase the chances of being awarded and being part of these opportunities. I am also very much interested to explore the attractions of Kosovar chambers and associations that should increase their interest to become part of either business associations or clustering coalitions in order to be close to the opportunities and developments which are now currently open. In the EIC opportunities which are open, there are potentials for different sectors, so there is no limits to what kind of sector the company is operating, as long as there is an innovation concept of a product, a platform, or service. Everybody can try, and we'll be able to support as much as we can within the scope of our engagements. The grants are open for 0.5 to 2.5 million euros for these innovative projects. This is an awarded company for the EEN energy call from Pristina, and the contacts for EEN Kosovo. Now I will pass the floor to Dorina to continue as per the agenda. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mete. Okay, now we will move on with the first presentation. I think it's everything is set technically. The first one is empowering the next generation opportunities with Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs, and we have Ms. Mariana Juras, representative from the EU Commission DG Growth. Welcome, Mariana, and thank you so much again for your participation.
Thank you very much. I hope you can hear me well in the room. Can you just confirm?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, perfect. And then I will first present myself. My name is Mariana Juras. I work in the European Commission in the Director General for Internal Market, SMEs, Entrepreneurship. I work on the program, both programs actually you will hear about today, Enterprise Europe Network, as well as Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs. I'm here to give you a small presentation on the Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs, while my colleague from ESMEA will take care of the EEN part. Let me just see if I can share my slides. Okay, you should be seeing my slides now. If you have not heard about the Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs, this is a program that has been around for over 15 years. And we are this year celebrating the milestone of empowering and connecting entrepreneurs across borders. And I'm sure you've heard of the other Erasmus for Students, which is much more broader and has much bigger audience because every student is eligible to be in the program, and it's 30 years old, I believe. This program is really designed for entrepreneurs, and we are celebrating 15 years this year. So what is this program, Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs? First of all, I would like to say that the title is already very confusing. It's limiting the audience because there's a young in the program, but you have to know that there's absolutely no age limit in the program. So it's basically Erasmus for entrepreneurs. Any age is welcome. So what is it? Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs is an international business exchange program between new and experienced entrepreneurs. So this is the two sides of the exchange. New or potential entrepreneurs gather and exchange knowledge and business ideas with experienced entrepreneurs abroad, with whom they collaborate for the period of 1 to 6 months. And their stay is partly financed by the European Commission. So what is behind this? What is the key focus? We want to bring entrepreneurial ideas to life. We want to help overcome challenges that are there when we start or manage a business. We want to support internationalization, and we want to help companies create partnerships. So who is eligible to participate? new and host entrepreneurs from the EU member states, but also other participating countries that are joining the single market program currently. So these countries are here listed in the slide, and of course Kosovo is also a participant in the program. What's interesting to say that it's not based on
Mariana,
nationality.
can you hear
participation. Yes.
Hi. I'm sorry, we're just not seeing the slides. You're not changing. If you can change.
Oh, they are nicely changed on my end. Okay.
Now it's working.
Okay.
And
so
also,
sorry about
if you
that.
could make it a full screen.
When it was full screen, you didn't see it change. So I'll try again.
Sorry, technical.
Do you see it change?
Now it's yes, but the second slide.
Is it changing?
No.
That's unfortunate. I will not. If I do it like this, is it readable?
Yes.
Is it readable?
It is, and then we can share it with participant after the event.
Sorry about that, a bit technical issue, but yes. So yes, on the list now you can see on the slide the list of countries who are eligible in the program. So Albania, Bosnia, Iceland, Kosovo, Liechtenstein, Moldova, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Norway, Serbia, Turkey, and Ukraine are eligible as well, except apart from the EU member states. But what is interesting to see is that the participation is not based on nationality, which means that even if you don't have nationality of these countries, but you're a resident in them, based on our definition of residence, which basically means your company is either registered in these countries or you have lived there for over 6 months in the last 12 months. So even an Indian, for example, who lives in one of these countries and falls within this criteria is eligible to join the program. All business sectors are welcome in the program, so there's absolutely no limit when it comes to the sectors. Sorry. And what I said already, there's absolutely no age limit to participate in the sectors in the program. So everyone is welcome above 18 years of age. So who are the new and who are the host entrepreneurs? New entrepreneurs can be either those who have already started a business but have less than 3 years of experience, or those who have not yet started a business. So even if you haven't opened a business, you're not entrepreneur yet, but if you have a business plan, you have a strong intention to open a business, you're already welcome to participate. On the other side, host entrepreneurs are those successful and experienced owners who have over 3 years of experience. So this is the other side of the coin. They don't have to be the owners, but they do have to be involved in the management of those enterprise. We have intermediary organizations, as we call it. They are the local contact points in all these countries who implement the program. You will have the pleasure to meet them today, our local contact point in Kosovo. So we have over 150 organizations in over 30 countries, and you will hear later exactly what they do on the ground. We also have the support office, which handles day-to-day management of the program and helps the participants as well. Next slide. So why would someone apply for the program? We consider the program beneficial both for new and host entrepreneurs. We consider it a win-win deal, and it's not an internship, but a peer-to-peer exchange. So let me get into more details. What are the benefits? The benefits for new entrepreneurs is can you imagine this is an entrepreneur who is starting a business or hasn't even started a business, but he has the opportunity to travel abroad, see a new market, see someone who has already done what he's trying to do, and see what are the do's and don'ts in the process. So he will get on-the-job training, acquire business knowledge, get some experience with new products and services, and maybe, and of course, get some financial subsistence costs covering expenses from the European Commission. While the host has this fresh, motivated person working with him, he or she, they get new ideas, fresh ideas, innovative ideas. They have a new point of view on their own business. They have now knowledge of the new market in the different participating states, and they potentially have a business partner. So how does it work in practice? I will not go into details in this because I'm sure you will get more information from our local contact point, but you apply online. There's absolutely no deadlines. You are helped by your local contact point, and they help you find your perfect match in the system. And then there's some paperwork, some training, and then the new entrepreneur is going abroad, or the host entrepreneur is hosting someone from abroad. And finally, we want to hear what the outcome is, and we do the final payment for the new entrepreneur. This is the amounts of money we pay per month of stay, depending on where you go. So depending on destination, you will get a bit more or less money per month to cover some of your expenses. So for example, if you go to Belgium, you will get 900 euros per month. Now, how to apply to the program? It's done via our website. There's absolutely no deadlines, no age limit, and no sector limit, like I said. The new entrepreneurs need to have the CV, motivation, and business plan ready, and the host, everything except the business plan. And then you choose your local contact point to help you with the process. So, what are the key achievements of the program? Like I mentioned before, this year we celebrate 15 years of the program, so it's a good moment to reflect what we have done and how we will evolve in the future. So what have we achieved? We have achieved over now 12,600 business matches. We have been in over 40 countries, actually 45. Last year we had a record-breaking year with over 5,000 applications in the program. Overall, 53,000 applications. The new entrepreneurs don't always have finalized their business starting, but we have a good rate nevertheless. 36% of all the new entrepreneurs do start a company. And 20% of hosts want to set up joint business activities with new entrepreneurs. So they do have some business partnership going on there. And what's very important is that 97% of all our participants consider their exchange successful. When it comes to Kosovo in the program, we see that average age of the new entrepreneur at the time of application is around 25 years. We've seen for the hosts more interest of male entrepreneurs, but it's interesting to see that when it comes to new entrepreneurs, women are in charge. There are 62% of women applying as a new entrepreneur for the program in Kosovo. Top 5 countries where you have traveled, your new entrepreneurs, it was Italy, Austria, Serbia, Turkey, and Greece. I believe it will be confirmed by our local contact point, but I believe you have completed 30 relationships where a new entrepreneur for Kosovo traveled abroad, and you have hosted twice. I believe even one new entrepreneur from France, and I think now we have one ongoing relationship to be confirmed by hosts. These all stories can be found on our website. I mean, the numbers are one thing, but it's really nice to hear the people who are behind it, the entrepreneurs who have used the program. And if you want to hear their stories, I invite you to go to our website. There's a search function, so you can search by sector, by country, and you can see their stories. It's very nice to see what they think of the program. Finally, I will just have a brief point on how an organization can become a local contact point. EISMEA, the agency, is publishing call for proposals, and they are looking for consortia consisting of independent legal entities from different participating countries. So you would have to build a consortia that is international. And we are co-financing up to 75% of management costs and up to 100% of successful matches. I heard something. I hope you can still hear me. Okay.
Yes.
I'll continue. Okay. They, of course, have to have achievements of successful matches. Where to get more information? First of all, I'm happy that you have our local contact point there with you to answer all the questions and also to give you more meat on the bones about the cost of our participation and what is beneficial for you. But in general, we have also, like I said, the website, we have the support office, we have our social media, and I'm here as well. So if you have any questions for me, do not hesitate to ask. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mariana. Hi. If there are any questions, so you can direct them to Mariana now, or you can contact ICK as being the local point for this project, and we can be very specific during our meetings in answering your questions. So maybe it's better not to keep you longer. So yeah, thank you once more. And now we continue with the second presentation, which is going to be for EEN support for companies' growth and networking. And we have Mr. Makis Tikfesis, the project advisor at European Innovation Council and SME Executive Agency, ESMEA.
Thank you, Dori. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you, Dori. Thank you also, you and Matti, for inviting us in this event, and congratulations to Ithaca for the initiative to organize such event. For us, it's a great opportunity to have this chance to speak to you, to see you, and try to get out of our offices and routine of bureaucratic work sometimes, and get in contact with the real market operators. So it is really important to really spread the word and explain the content of our programs to the ones that should be the ones benefiting from these programs. Of course, the local partners, the business support organizations that run the projects at local and regional level are the ones that can better respond to your needs and questions. So in the case of the project of Enterprise Europe Network, I'm trying to share my presentation, but I have the same problem, I think, like Mariana. I cannot use it in full screen. Can you see the presentation?
Yes, we can see it. It's just
but it's not full screen.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see how I can change this. It's a bit let me see if
Yes, there.
can you see it now better? Is it?
Not yet.
Probably it takes some time. So still you see it, but not in full screen.
Yes, it's not in full screen.
Okay. Anyway, I will.
If it's not working, then we can see it. So
okay.
Maybe
Okay.
we'll share it.
Good.
Yeah, thank you.
So I will try to give you a bit of in brief some information on the Enterprise Europe Network project, which is a sister project with Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs that Mariana just presented to you. It's also a project that is managed by the European Innovation Council and SMEs Executive Agency, ESMEA, where I work. So we are counterparts with DG Grow, with a mandate to manage the project, while DG Grow is the European Commission service running the relevant policies and managing the legislation and the policy objectives, where we are more on the operation side, managing, coordinating the project, of course, in close cooperation with local partners, STIC, ICK, and REA, Pristina REA, in the case of Kosovo. So these are our interlocutors and the main partners we have on the ground implementing the project. So in my short presentation, I will try to give you a sense of what is exactly the Enterprise Europe Network, how it works, and what is the offer that it can have, which is relevant to you, to the entrepreneurs in the region. It's really important for you to understand how the network is working. I will give you the bigger picture. Some of the, or mainly all the events that Mehdi presented at the beginning of our session today are funded and supported by the Enterprise Europe Network. So these are some of the activities that the network is proposing and financing in order to help the growth of SMEs. First of all, it's very important for you to understand the magnitude, the size of the network. This is the largest, by far the largest support network for innovative SMEs and SMEs that have international ambitions in the globe. So we don't speak about, probably this is to make a comparison of what you have in your region as business support offer compared to the size and the magnitude of the network and the outreach it can have in exploring opportunities in not only the single market of the European Union, but also beyond, with the markets that the network has a strong cooperation with international partners present in these markets, mainly the main trade partners of the European Union. The other important thing that I would like you to understand is that the network is not, which is in the very essence of its existence, the network is not funding SMEs. It's not giving any grant directly to SMEs. It helps, though, SMEs without charging them by providing advice and support in different fields, which I will explain
Change the
later
slides,
on.
please. Sorry.
So
if you could move the slides on, please, afterwards.
You cannot see the slides.
No, on the first slide.
Or it's still the first slide.
Yes, sorry. If you could move on. Yes, correct. Thanks.
Now you can see.
Perfect. Thanks.
Let me go back a bit. Yeah. So now you can see.
Yes.
Good. So I was saying that the network is not funding directly, but it's providing advice without any charge. We usually say that this is it's advice and support for free, but actually it's not for free. It's the member states, the members that are participating in the network, including Kosovo, that fund. So it's the taxpayer that pays for you as entrepreneurs to receive advice without any additional charge. So you have consulting, you receive a lot of different support without having any additional fee to pay, because this is part of what the European Union provides as funding. So we finance all these organizations, the partner organizations, which are many. So you can see in this slide just a snapshot of what the network can produce on every single day. So on average, we have more than 800 companies that receive some kind of support. It can be an extensive coaching on or mentoring or support in a specific, very advanced support in a specific area, or it can be just some information or a participation in an event like the one we have today. So what is important is to understand, as I said, the size. So the network is present in almost 50 countries, and there are 590 organizations all around the globe that are participating, and finance, so business support organizations that have the mandate, the mission, to support the companies in their regions and bring them together. So we have a portfolio of 164.5 million euro for 3.5 years for until the end of June 2025, and then the project will start a new phase until the end of 2028, with another 3.5 years to cover with the same activities. As I said before, it is important to understand that the Enterprise Europe network is not present only in our continent, in Europe, but we have very strong cooperation with many other countries which are presented in the list. Of course, this is not a restrictive list, because following negotiations of the European Commission, of DG GROW, and with the help of the European Commission's delegations in different states, new international partners from new countries may and most probably will join in the future in this big family of Enterprise Europe network. Another particularity, but also strength of the network, is that all these organizations, which I just mentioned, these more than 590 organizations, are very diverse. So we have organizations with different nature, which of course bring also with them their different expertise in different areas. So there are many public organizations, like ministries or public research organizations. There are regional governments and authorities that depend on regional or agencies at regional level, but we have, of course, many chambers of commerce. We have innovation centers. There are universities or the particular departments dealing with commercialization of research and more market-oriented projects, and of course professional associations that gather specific professional professions at the regional level. This gives, as I said, this strength to the network to cover all sectors of economy, like the Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs. Also, Enterprise Europe Network has low limitations on the type of activities of the businesses it can support. So this corresponds to the what we call in the EU jargon the industrial ecosystems, which are the different segments of the economy that cover almost all possible activities. So this is something also special, the specificity of the network, that it can you as entrepreneurs can be supported in your journey, in your ambitions, whatever is the activity that you are running, whatever is the service or the product you produce, with one particular let's say criterion, requirement, to have the possibility to expand at international scale. So the network is better fit to support you when what you produce or what you provide as a service in the market does not necessarily limit you in the local market. So if you are running a hairdresser business or a bakery shop, probably you are not the best fit client for the network. Of course, there are conditions about this, but if you have a service that can export or can expand at international level, then of course the network can help you in many different areas. Also, what is very important is to understand that the network has not relies on the capacity and the knowledge, not exclusively of your interlocutor in the network. So you may have some manager, some advisor in the local branch of the network that can help you to identify your needs. But he, on his turn, he can rely on knowledge and expertise in other organizations, but also even in other countries. So that's why it is a network. It can help companies in their particular needs by bringing together the knowledge and the expertise of different people or different advisors of the network, and the possibility to use the nodes of the network in different countries. Also, very important is that the network doesn't come to you to give you one predefined type of services. The idea is to propose services that correspond to your needs and your ambitions. To do so, the first thing is to sit down with a network advisor and understand, make a needs analysis. What are your real needs, with the help of questionnaires and an interview, and a follow up on your let's say client journey, growth journey, to understand what are your specific areas where you would need support in, and how this can lead you to have success as a company. To do so, after what we say, this assessment, the client intake process, you sit down and you agree together with a network advisor on a set of tailored services that can be provided to you, either from this advisor himself or with the help, as I said, of other network advisors around the network, in the region or even in the country you would like to penetrate in its market. And these type of services are covering a large scope of different areas, which you can see in this slide, and I will explain a bit in more details here. First of all, on innovation, the network helps you enhance your potential to innovate by bringing new technologies, by helping you to find the right expertise, by finding the right partners abroad that can help you make your business model more efficient and productive. Also, an area where the network is very active is sustainability, by helping you with providing customized support on how to make your business model more sustainable, more energy efficient, more environmental friendly, and of course with the consequence to be more attractive to the consumers community. One other area very important is resilience. So the network is trying to empower the SMEs to become more resistant to any type of shocks or crisis in the market. After the big lessons learned after the COVID crisis and the pandemic and the lockdowns, we realized that it is very important to help the SMEs upgrade their level of capacity to resist to any type, to be more resilient of these type of shocks and overcome them and remain sustainable. Of course, all what I explain is translated to specific actions that have either a local aspect or a European aspect. And it's adjusted depending on the developments in the market, the economic trends. For instance, now the network is organizing and developing platforms to help the 150,000, I think, families and a large part of the SMEs in Valencia to get help from companies from other areas in Spain or abroad to start to start operations again, because almost 90% of the SMEs stopped activities after the catastrophic um, consequences of the floods. One area that the network has very big expertise is business partnering, how to help you find a partner, find another company abroad and do business together, so that you either export or import their goods, to buy or sell services or a technology, etc. In these, the network has extensive expertise. As Matti said, this is done through events where there is a particular focus on B2B, so opportunities for business to meet other businesses with the right appropriate preparation and focus and collaboration of network partners, local partners, so like ICK can, for instance, prepare their clients, accompany them in an event abroad, but also cooperate with their other network partners, the local nodes of EEN in that region that are organizing or participating in the same events, and they bring their clients. So all this can be prepared in advance so that there is more impact from the meetings, the matchmaking opportunities that will happen there. Also, very important, the network has one very big platform, the Partnering Opportunities Database, where the profiles of companies can be presented and shown and available, accessible to other companies and other partners around the network to see what you can offer or what you request as business product or service to facilitate these exchanges and partnering opportunities. Also, digitalization is an area. Of course, you have a partner with a specific expertise, stick in Kosovo, with the possibility to help companies that are already advanced and very digital SMEs, and bringing them when necessary in contact with organizations that have a specific advanced know-how on their particular digital solutions required, or even an ordinary company which does not have any very specific digital solution needed, but just wants to start selling online and or marketing or advance its communication presence in social media and build a website, etc. Very important, access to finance is a field in which the network is very strong, and always there is room for further improvement by bringing closer to the EU funding opportunities or national opportunities programs that are run directly by the European Commission or through shared management by the European Commission and the national authorities or regional authorities. So provide, promote, make more shared knowledge and information about what is available in the market and can fit to your needs, helping you also to apply when possible, but also on the private financing area in investments and how to bring closer to private investment the SMEs. The network can provide support, in particular on how to pitch, how to better present your company in a way that it is attractive and can get more attention from possible investors, VC, venture capital, or hedge funds, etc. Of course, as we explained, we are trying to explore all possibilities in third countries doing business abroad, but a big part of the work of the network is still done within the European Union. So one of the main objectives of the network is to help companies find the ways to understand better the legislation, the standards, the formalities that are required in order for their goods and products and services to be able to be commercialized in all the European single market. And this is by providing specific support and assistance with regard to the rules, to the updated European legislation, and all the documentation that it's needed to get access to markets beyond Kosovo. Internationalization, I just explained. Of course, we have a specific focus on the startups and scale-ups with a group of experts that work in this field and can provide more ad hoc assistance to companies that are considered startups or scale-ups. And then a big effort of the project is to communicate the work. So first of all, to make aware, to raise the awareness of the Enterprise Europe Network, and as we do today, share the information about it and make it accessible to SMEs, but also through social media, public website, to give information of what are the achievements of the network, which are the main, the success stories and the real stories coming from entrepreneurs that work as ambassadors and can be more easily understood by you, the entrepreneurs on the ground, so that you can see what the effect of the network can be. The other thing that already was mentioned by Mariana is that the network tries not to work in a silo without bringing more into light other programs and other opportunities. So we very much focus, and the partners on the ground, to build synergies either at regional level with other funding opportunities and business support offer from other organizations out of the network by building synergies on the ground, but also from the Brussels level, we try at our end to bring together in events and presentations different type of programs and other projects that can be promoted by the network, and you can participate and you can be involved in. This was from my side. I thank you very much for the opportunity to present you this information, and I very much look forward in visiting Kosovo and having the opportunity to meet some of you in person. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Matis. We welcome you to Kosovo. Before going to the third presentation, I would like to give this opportunity to present our ambassador, which we have here, Mr. Mentor Latifi. Welcome. I will switch to Albanian and give it like a short keynote speech for the businesses here. Just to present what you're doing in terms of businesses. Ndoshta me kthy në shqip, me qenë se gjithë jemi.
Faleminderit shumë. Mirëdita gjithëve. Kjo është një vizitë shumë spontane sot në ICK dhe po më vjen mirë që kam derën ju drejtu juve. Unë jam Mentor Latifi, ambasadori i Kosovës në Zvicër, në muajin e 6 detyrës. Nuk jam diplomat i karrierës, vi nga fusha e biznesit, kështu që po nihem shumë i lidhur me juve. Edhe as më shumë po më vjen mirë që ju drejtohem. Ideja pse faktikisht pse i kom hikë kësaj detyre 3 është bashkë me u koncentru në marrëdhëniet ekonomike me Zvicrës dhe Kosovës, me të cilën kemi një lidhje shumë të fortë, falë diasporës sonë. Edhe mendoj që ka shumë potencial kjo lidhje ekonomike, kjo lidhje biznesore të thellohet edhe më shumë në të ardhmen. Ju thom gjithë firmave, ju thom edhe juve, konsideroni ambasadën edhe mu si një lloj sales manager juaj në tregun e Zvicrës. Çka do që muj me bo, çka do që muj më ndihmu me kontribu në thellimin e aktivitetit juaj me tregun zviceran, ne jemi në dispozicion, fundit të paguemi për atë punë, që me bo këtë çështje. Kështu që mos nguroni me na kontaktu. Unë personalisht jam prezent LinkedIn, mundi me marrë dhënat të shpendi, edhe jemi shumë të nderuar me mujt me kontribu diçka ashtu që tregu, marrëdhënia ekonomike, Zvicër-Kosovë me rrit, edhe triton me vazhdu me këtë punë të mirë që po e bojnë, që po e shoh në ICK, edhe në të ardhmen. Ju të shëroj një ditë mbar, faleminderit shumë për këtë mundësi më drejtu.
And yes. Apologies, Mr. Marco Dentini. We stole a little bit of your time, but now we continue with your presentation. It's going to be about the new bridge between EEN and EIC, and yeah, the floor is yours. And once again, thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Marco Dentini. I work for APRE. APRE is the agency for the European research, for the promotion of the European research, and is based in Rome. First of all, I want to thank Dori and Meti for organizing this interesting webinar and for providing us with the opportunity of showing the state of play of the EEN2AC project. Now I will try to share my presentation. Do you see my screen?
Not yet.
Now you see the screen?
Yes, now we see it.
Wonderful. Okay, so support to EIC Accelerator by the Enterprise Europe Network is the name of the project. We are in the third pillar of Horizon Europe. The pillar is Innovative Europe and is dedicated to the innovation, to the deep companies. EEN2AC is a coordination and support action. The project started on September 1st, 2022, and will continue until the end of August 2025. There are 5 partners. The coordinator is APRE from Italy. Then we have 4 leader partners, work package leaders are BPI France from France, the Lithuanian Innovation Center, Praxi from Greece, and Standbys from Germany. The total budget is more than 7 million euro. 70% of the budget, 5 million euro, is dedicated to the financial support to the third parties. You see the screen when I scroll up on the slide. Okay. We have 4 main objectives. The first one is developing a strong cooperation mechanism between the EIC, the European Innovation Council, and the Enterprise Europe Network for supporting innovation and scale-up companies. The second objective, that maybe is the most important one, is increasing the number of quality proposals to EIC calls with a specific focus in widening countries and women-led companies. So this objective targets underrepresented categories in the innovation ecosystem. Widening countries include 15 EU member states and 14 associated countries with comparable research and innovation performance metrics. Women-led companies, defined as those with at least 1 woman in executive role, are categorized among low-performing applicants, both in terms of submission rates and overall performance. Historically, applications from both widening countries and women-led companies have accounted for only 15–20% of total application, motivating the EEN2AC initiative to prioritize this group. However, recent data from the October cutoff indicates a positive trend, with application from women-led companies rising to 32%. So this shift could reflect a gradual improvement. Then we have the third objective that is related to the Seal of Excellence. The Seal of Excellence are projects of very high quality, projects that have not been funded because within the cutoff, the reporting period of reference, the budget was not enough for allowing this project to be financed. But our project is providing with assistance this Seal of Excellence holder to access alternative sources of funding, both private and public. The EU Commission is promoting an integrated approach between Horizon Europe and the cohesion policy and strengthening synergies between these key EU instruments. But the degree of achievement of this objective is still different by each country. The report of the expert group on the interim evaluation of Horizon Europe, chaired by Professor Heitor, also reiterates previous calls for member states to route national or European structural funds to projects that fail to get funded from the EU framework program, but which do receive a Seal of Excellence. Recently, we had some good examples in widening countries like Malta, Lithuania, Slovakia, with the National Recovery and Resilience Plan. The fourth objective is to improve the capacity of the EENs of widening countries to provide adequate services for potential EIC applicants. Here, I would skip the slide related to the EEN organization because it was presented by the previous speaker, Magistipedis. I will show you the operational structure of the EEN2EC project. We have 64 EEN organizations acting as consortium innovation leader, as coordinator at regional level. In Kosovo, we have Pristina Area, that I should say is making a great job in these 2 years for providing with assistance potential applicants to the EIC accelerator. Then we have 13 EEN organizations acting as group leader for the assistance to the Seal of Excellence, 75 local nodes for Seal of Excellence, and 135 EEN advisors for direct assistance to women-led companies of widening countries. So far, we have provided with support 1,850 companies, 1,030 coming from widening countries, 820 are women-led companies. 185 cases of applicants have been already submitted in widening countries. 180 are from women-led companies, for a total of 365 cases of application. We had already 43 Seal of Excellence, 29 funded projects for a total of 72 million of EU grants. Then there is the other part related to the equity, as you know. Recently, we launched the TechGlow EU community for creating a strong network that transcends borders and fosters cooperation among women leaders in the technology sector. Here you see the scan code. The registration is always open, so you can join. If you are a women-led company, you can join the TechGlow EU community. Then we will distribute the slides, so you will have this scan code for the access. In this map, you see how we grouped the 45 countries that are participating to the action for the assistance to the Seal of Excellence. What they do. This EEN organization work with the goal of seeking public or private funding sources for Seal of Excellence recipients. For private funding opportunities, they leverage contact with the investor on BPI France Eurocity platform, and e-pitching events are organized with the presence of investors. In the next slide, you can see that we have already organized 25 e-pitching events in Europe, 5 in France, 3 in Germany, Italy, Belgium, Spain, and sometimes we organize this at multinational level. We are supporting 650 top-level projects with Seal of Excellence. 180 of these companies have already applied for alternative funding, and more than 60 have been already funded in alternative ways. As far as this is concerned, with the fourth objective, that is improving the capacity of EEN advisor in widening countries, we started with identification of the support of these colleagues in widening countries with the help of 86 EEN advisors. We analyze in depth the EIC accelerator short and long proposal for identify what type of needs they have. And based on this analysis, we have already realized 9 face-to-face events, 24 online events. Other 15 are planned for the first quarter of the 2025. So, going to the end of my presentation, the message that I would like to give today to the companies connected, interested in submitting proposal on EIC Accelerator is to contact us, to contact the EEN network. You can contact us centrally, and in this case, we will direct you to the Innovation Leader Consortium of the nearest local node, or if you are, as is likely, already in contact with an advisor, EEN, you can contact him directly. The slide will be sent to you, so you will have all our contact information. You can follow us on social media, X and LinkedIn. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Do we have questions for online participants before they? We don't want to keep them. I think it's now has passed the time from the agenda. So do you have questions? Yes. Do we have another microphone?
Hello, thank you for your presentation. My name is Safet Rama, a young entrepreneur. My question is regarding those AEC accelerator grants. They are up to 2.5 million. Do we have any case from Kosovo specifically that someone applied and someone got some funds? If not here, maybe in the region, that will be also something very important to every one of us to get more inputs how the process was going through. Thank you very much. I think this is for Marco.
I can take this question. Okay, I have the overall situation in mind as far as is concerned with the companies provided with support by the EEN. I would say that we don't have so far an application that has been funded, okay? But we have a good company, innovative company that are providing, are submitting application. As you know, the process of selection is very hard. You have only the 5%, 6% of success rate. But I think that also thanks to organization like Pristina Rea, we are in the good track for improving the situation. So the work of the EEN can complement also the work of the national contact points, and we hope that in the future that we will have also funded company.
Other questions? I guess not. Thank you so much again. We will have one more presentation and the closing. And yeah, if you could stay, you're more than welcome. But if you have to leave, we understand. So yeah, I invite Mete for the next one.
Thanks a lot, Marco. Thanks a lot, Dorina. Thanks a lot, Mariana and Makis, for your contribution and bringing this direct first-hand info to us here in Pristina during the Global Entrepreneurship Week. Now, the next presentation will be about the digital growth and digital signatures and EID. Unlocking efficiency and security for the SMEs. This subject, which has become relevant for all of us, not only at national but at global level, is getting the highest attention to single market program, to EU and to other programs as well. What we are trying to promote and support, as well as facilitate, is bringing it as a first-hand instrument to digital growth through the electronic signatures and EID solutions in the terms of digital transformation. So together with green, digital transformation is becoming the most priority for our developments and our prosperity. What is digital transformation? So now in the current processes of our development, we are, let's say, moving from digitizing to digitalization. And in the sense of digitalization, of course, the component of innovation and automation of processes is going together. In the sense of the transformation, of course, the new technologies applying into the daily life of business process is becoming a must. Thus, the daily operations, translating all of them into business processes through digital format or digital processes. Then the role of the SMEs is a twofold one. First, the companies need these services, and the second one, companies are providing these services in the same time for other counterparters. In that sense, we are trying to match the providers with the business that needs these services in order to bring a localized and customized service to the needs of the business companies, business operations. So, enhancing these operations in terms of daily life with efficiency, with automation scope, and with and similar tools that make life easier and most cost effectively. What we have tried to make it here is summarizing the way, the process, how it now is moving fastly to the new developments as per the EU good practices. So cloud computing, artificial intelligence, automation, and digital identity are the main steps where we are hoping to be embraced by all of us in the perspective of the developments. To further explain and bring it into your attention, I would now kindly ask Jan for a deeper presentation into the format of and similar tools for the needs of the business. Jan, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mete. Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you for participation engagement in this event. I'm Jan, project developer at Pristina area, part of the consortium of the EEN local coordination. E vazhdojmë edhe shqip në rregull është. Mas e kena ato online, e vazhdojmë edhe shqip. Perfekt. Pra, unë jam Joni, në rregull jem. Project developer në Pristina area, pjesë e EEN konsortia local node për Kosovë, gjithashtu local node edhe për EEN to EIC, projekte që pat më herët të interesim. Pra sot, në prezentimin e tani shëmimi të folë për transformimin digital, një prej nevojave, jo më luksi, për... We'll switch to English. Without further ado, so we'll have a key focus today on electronic signature and EID, digital identity, on the area of digital transformation. Historically, digitalization has encountered skepticism until it has been first embraced. If focused on electronic signature or digital identity, we can have a simple example. For example, in prehistorical areas, people used to write on stones. So it's a big stone, have to grave it, leave a message, and so it will be. Later on, it was then switched to papers. But first, this transition also got a little of skepticism. People are saying, like, this is a paper, I can break it, I can turn it apart, how it is safe. We'll stick to stone, stone is safe, you cannot later edit it, adjust it. What is written is already written, cannot be changed. Until I saw, for example, paper, much easier to move around, much lighter, more and easily to be written on. So they switched them to paper, and it has been the norm ever since, at least until the recent years. As per the current, since 2014, the EU has already put in place legislation for electronic signatures, electronic IDs, which has then further been adopted in 2018, and now latest version in 2021. So, what is the digital signature? Digital signature is a cryptographic tool which utilizes a public key and a private key. Public key widely open for the public, while the private key is locally stored to its user. So what it does, combining these two keys to validate the authenticity and integrity of the digital documents, and also on that path ensuring the identity of the signer and also the validity of the document. So why should we or must we use the electronic way to sign or identify ourselves? First, because it's secure. It's easier to sign on your remote app, mobile app, web app, whatever it is. And it's also legally recognized through being compliant with the EIDAS regulations, which is the European body for regulating electronic signatures. And it also ensures the GDPR, the General Data Protection Rule, PSD2, which is the Transaction Authority, and it also certified with anti-money laundering certification. Some of the most often used use cases on these kind of services are, for example, banks, insurance companies, telecom companies, which on their daily operation mainly focus on customers which don't really have the opportunity to otherwise authenticate themselves besides going physically to the branches. So what it does through this transformation is completely remove the need for physical presence, completely remove the need for physical documentation, and all of these switch to the online remote operations. Benefits of digital signature for SMEs. In Kosovo, since we are at the Innovation Center and we're partner of STIC, we'll switch it to the ICT sector. There are some more than 2,000 to 3,000 ICT companies operating, and there is data saying that 90% of their services are for export uses. What this means is that companies here locally don't really ever meet their client, don't really see their client, but still have to communicate, have to comply, have to sign, agree with one each other, even though in distance. A lot of companies now are using digital signatures. Some are using a more compliant way of signing. Some are using some soft applications, such as DocuSign and whatsoever. But mainly, the benefits are the same. So it saves time, it's cost-effective, it complies with all regulatories, so it's secure, and it has a global reach. You don't ever need to see your client. Authentication is all online. It's as secure, even more secure than physically signing. You can never authenticate a physical signing. For example, I can sign the same way as Mate does. Who are you to say that it's one or the other who signed? So you cannot authenticate that. While in the other case, digital signature has a timestamp, has validated the signer through whatever means of authentication they have, and it's also easy, fast, and cheap compared to storing documents, to sending documents abroad, or let's say printing in this case, which also gives a great benefit when we think about sustainability. So the role of electronic identity. E-signature and EID are two components which are interlinked with each other. You cannot sign if the signer is not authenticated. So first, we have digital ID, which is the authentication of the person, which later on is used for signing. So what is EID? EID is a digital, secure representation of one's identity. It uses encryption, just like the digital signature does, and enables access to services and transactions online. SMEs, mostly SMEs, ICT SMEs in Kosovo, need to authenticate either its clients or its partners in order to move on safely with their operations. So they're secure, they prevent fraud, and mostly they make sure that the person on the other side of the computer is really who he says he is. Some use cases for EID are, for example, in online banking, government services, e-commerce platforms, so on and so forth. The advantages are the regulatory compliance, the know your customer processes, GDPR standards, security, streamline of processes, all while fostering customer experience. We'll present a short case study in this particular case, banking sector, just to give a better idea of how does this benefit both the consumer and the operator. For example, on cases of onboarding, of contract signing, on loan agreements, on consumer consents, it's all the same. Traditionally, the customer, the client, the consumer has to physically visit the bank for whatever of these processes before mentioned. So it has to take time from its own agenda to visit a bank, maybe having other jobs left undone in the meantime. It has to wait in line, which is unpredictable. You cannot rely on that. You have to physically authenticate yourself, either through an ID, which neither the bank can validate if it's original or forged, but does the process. And you have to physically sign and then store your own documents, just the same as the operator, in this case the bank does. Through digital signatures, through digital ID, you don't need to visit the bank. You can do it from your own sofa. You don't have to wait in line. Every transaction, every authentication, every contract signing is done under 2 minutes. You don't need to authenticate yourself through traditional ways. If you're already onboarded customer, you're already digitally authenticated, and that process is just canceled right away. You don't have to physically sign or store. It's all done on the electronic way. So we can conclude that it reduces processing time, it increases customer trust, and it leads to cost savings. There is data saying that Document turnaround time is reduced by 60%, always on the banking sector. The number of in-branch visits is dropped by 40%. So in conclusion, to not take any more of anyone's time, digital transformation is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity, it's a must for businesses. They can stick to skepticism and wait then in line to embrace and to keep with the pace. Digital signatures not only improve security, it enhances security, efficiency, ensures compliance, and leads to customer experience increase. EID plays a critical role in helping SMEs on onboarding, on trust, on streamlining processes, fastening operations, leading to a more effective way of business. The tools to enable transformation are available, so that is not a justification for not trusting or not using the digital transformation. Now is the time for SMEs to embrace them and to move towards through the future of digital business operating. Thank you.
Lastly, we have the final presentation, but we're going to skip it because we had the same presentation by Mariana. So just wanted to introduce to Ron. He's in charge of the Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs program within ICK. In case, he will conclude and just add some infos for you. Yeah. Ron?
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you all to the speakers so far for sharing such insightful information and opportunities. As Darina said, my name is Ron and I'm the project officer at Innovation Center of Kosovo for the Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs program and for the Enterprise Europe Network. Today we plan to keep a full presentation on the benefits and more of the Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs program, but since Ms. Mariana Juros, which I thank for joining us in the event, explained already the benefits, the goals of the program and more. So I will skip this part, and what better way to learn than from the experts themselves, sorry. ICK is proud to serve as an intermediary organization for the Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs program in Kosovo for the second time around. So this is our second cycle, amidst more than 150 IOs, so intermediary organizations or local points across the participating countries. More than that, there's leaflets and you have our contacts up front, so please feel free to get the leaflets with all the needed information. And to conclude, I want to share how thrilled we are that the government has finally ratified the agreement, allowing us to fully start implementing these amazing projects. And also that's the reason why for this cycle we're kicking off or promoting the Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs just now, because we were waiting for the approvals, we got it, and now we can, as I said before, we can continue on sharing and implementing these amazing projects. To conclude, I want to share how thrilled we are. And to host this event during the Global Entrepreneurship Week makes it even more special and underscores the importance of entrepreneurship on a global scale. And that's it from me. Please feel free to contact us to ask for any interest that you have. And upstairs we have food and drinks waiting for us. So thank you once again for all the participants, our guests, partners, and now I will pass it to Darina. Okay, so let's continue upstairs. Feel free to network and happy networking. Thank you so much.